I hope you guys are enjoying your extended holiday weekend. We certainly are. We fired up the grill, and what better way to celebrate on an RC channel than with a new RC plane. This is the Twin Otter. Now this airplane didn't just come out. If you missed the release, well, you must solely rely on our channel for your RC news, because it's been out for almost a year now, which is still relatively new in the RC world. Now when it did come out, I got super excited and they sold out really fast, and I just waited to pick one up, but finally I've got my Twin Otter. What a beautiful looking scale airplane. I love the fact that it has twin motors, engines in the scale world, but electric motors today. And the cool thing about this plane that is very unique, that not a lot of planes come with, is the fact that this comes with the complete set of floats. So yeah, it's a Twin Otter. It's designed to fly on and off of water, as well as use the tricycle landing gear for runway and grass takeoffs. But it comes with a steerable rudder on the back of those water pontoons. So you better believe at some point in time we will be flying this off of water. But this is a Maiden.
Hey, there's lights too.
It has lights. It's got it all, Abby. This is a beautiful plane.
I love the props. They're cool.
and let's just be honest here. The props are the only reason I wanted this airplane. I've seen still photos of these props in motion, and it makes such a cool effect. I hope we can pick that up on camera today. Oh my gosh, what a cool airplane. Took a little longer than expected to put it together, so set aside about a good 45 minutes to an hour to piece this puppy together. And finally, the last thing I want to point out before I take to the skies, this is a true Maiden Flight. I'm going to share this experience with you guys. The wing struts down here are the most unique. For me, I've never seen this done before, designed for a wing strut on an airplane. I don't want to totally give it away, but I can say that it's absolutely ingenious, and I would highly encourage you guys to buy this plane solely for the installation of the wing strut experience. That may be the first time anyone's ever said that in the world. I'm going to coin that phrase. You should buy it for that experience. Let's fly, see how this puppy does. Of course, I'm joking. What a cool plane. I'm very excited to fly. Let's do it. Amazingly, there's not a ton of wind on this very hot day. That's a little windy. It's gusty, I guess. The lights are looking good. We're going to go half flaps on this takeoff. I believe safe is on. I did the whole binding process by memorization, so wish me luck. Here we go.
Oh yeah, the props look cool.
It's in the air and it's beautiful. Okay, we're gonna put those flaps up already. We've got enough lift with that wind and safe mixed in. I'm gonna do a little rudder on that turn. Oh yeah, look at it go. What a pretty plane. I'm glad I have this. We'll just keep going nice and wide here. Bring it back around. Oh, right-hand turn within 30 seconds of flight. What am I doing? Oh, I think this would be a lot of fun flying off of water. But of course I wanted my Maiden to be here with my wheels where I feel comfortable and safe. Okay, so there's hands-free flight right over the runway. Very sweet. Oh, I could see the green light even on this bright, bright, bright day. And I really like how the clouds look today. Let's fly up a little higher so everyone can enjoy these clouds. Look out, bird. Actually really far behind me. This is a nice day. Just a good day to fly. If I had 20 batteries, I'd be out here all day. So let's talk about the power system with this. This flies on, believe it or not, a 3S battery. Even though it has two motors, one might expect in today's world with what we see in the RC hobby, something like this size, for it to be 4S, but no, it is 3S. And interestingly enough, it's 3S only. You know, a lot of these E-Flite, excuse me, a lot of these E-Flite planes coming out now, they're 3S and 4S, if not higher, like the Jets are 6S. So I was a little surprised to know that it was 3S only, because each of those ESCs powering those motors are 20 amps. You really wouldn't want to put 4S of power through a 20 amp ESC. Not a good idea. So it's okay, it's flying great, and I'm cruising at half throttle right now. So let's bring it in lower and faster. Everybody knows that's what I like to do. So coming in off that bank, here is full throttle. We're still unsafe. Here's a full throttle pass on 3S. That's not slow. That is not slow. So I'm happy with that. That was actually really good pass. That was with the wind. Let's put the nose in the wind. See if that makes a difference. Here's full throttle. We'll cook it right now. Okay, that's no crescendo, right? But it's still pretty fast. Now, you know, you're gonna fly this plane. If anyone buys it, I don't think you're going to fly it as a sporty flyer. This is definitely meant to be a scale flyer. Oh, look at those props. Oh,
can you do go out by the hill and then come straight toward us?
Look at this one more time. Yeah, I'll come out by the hill. The props look so good, Abby. Oh my gosh, when it gets close, they look great.
An instant. Yeah, it has to be pretty close, but it looks so cool.
Okay, so out by the hill, you said, and then come in from the hill to get a shot of those props.
Yeah, try to go toward us the whole time.
So
maybe
I think
like go up
when the sun hits it at the right angle. Here we go.
I don't know.
We'll see. There's those props. Oh my gosh, look at those props.
Do it one more time.
Let's try to keep it nice and close. Look at those props all day long. That's why we got this plane for the props. Now, those of you that are, oh man, they look good.
Amelia.
Oh, they look good.
I just called you Amelia. Nathan.
Oh, it's wrecked?
It almost hit the ground.
No. Let's get one more shot of those props. I want to talk about those props in just a second. Look at these beautiful props. Here we go, right there. Oh my goodness.
I hope you guys can see them.
I want stripes on all my props from now on. Oh, Horizon, E-Flite, whoever might be watching this, anybody out there making airplanes, you need stripes in all your props. Man, they look good. That black and white looks sweet. Okay, so to those of you that are in the race drone world, you may have heard of the name daul props before. When I was installing these props, I was taking a look at all the indented information on them to know what pitch and size prop they were, and to my pleasant surprise, these are daul branded props. In my experience with daul props, I love them. They are extremely durable. They bend, they don't break. and a lot of my race drone crashes, so I'm happy to know that these most likely won't just snap the first time we have a prop strike on the ground, which hopefully we never do. But you know, it's good that they've went with a name brand, very nice 3-bladed prop. Ooh, this is a sweet airplane. Are you ready to do a slow flap pass?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have 2 different stages of flaps on this plane. Everything is default on here. And just so you know, I don't have any expo mixed in or anything. This is just, okay, there's my full flaps, which gave me a little bit of lift, so I had to throttle down quite a bit. Here's a full flap. Nose into the wind, pass.
There's those props.
And you know
so
what?
Cool.
I think we can get a little bit of a hover. Oh, can we kind of harrier this a little bit? Maybe. We'll try again on the next pass. So these ticks that you're hearing, my radio telling me, hey, buddy, that's 5 minutes. Now, I think we can fly much longer than that, but I brought my LiPo checker today so we can check the voltage at the end of this flight. I'll let you guys know what my flight time was, where the voltage of the battery was. Let's see. Oops. I wanted to do full flaps. You know what? We'll just go back into no flaps and have a little bit of fun. I want to do a couple passes before I land.
You're at like 6 minutes.
Yeah, I want to go at least a couple rolls and a couple loops before we land it.
You got 2 batteries to
Yeah, well, I have more. So you know what? Maybe let's just land it and we'll put a fresh
How many batteries did you bring today?
4 total batteries.
Oh, okay.
So we'll land it, put a fresh battery in, and then fly. We'll maiden with safe off. My switch is a little loose. There we go. I gotta tighten that back up. So here's 0 throttle, full flaps are on. Wind picked up, it's fighting me. I didn't want to come down that far away. Oh my goodness, that wind is gusty, Abby. That gusted strong. Wow. Okay, I think I saved it there. That was the reason it jolted back up, is because I throttled up. I didn't want to land at that speed, at that distance with that much wind.
Taxi it toward us. Yeah, there's those props.
Oh man, look at that. Oh, that is awesome. Oh, look at those props. They are beautiful.
That's so cool.
Okay, all right, let's put that fresh battery in and fly with safe off. See what this plane can do. Are we ready?
Yep.
There's half flaps. I love how that main wing's held on too. You see this right here?
Yep.
That is just a single thumb screw holding that on. So it comes apart very easily if you want it to. And those wing struts too are a part of the ease of disassembly. So half flaps here. Here we go, we're gonna take off. Safe is on. We can take off real fast if we want to. Flaps are up. And sometimes I wish you guys could hear the conversations Abby and I had off camera. So she wanted to see those props spinning before
In real life, I've only seen them on the camera.
Right. And she's like, oh my gosh, that's mesmerizing. They look that good. Then also, we had a short conversation about the battery. Abby said, you know what? For some reason, I thought there'd be like 2 3S batteries in there. I guess because it's got, you know, 2 motors. And that's a good comment, because sometimes, you know, you can run batteries in series or parallel. And if you don't know what that is, it's okay. The fact of the matter is, the point I'm trying to make is that this beautiful, awesome airplane with 2 motors is flying on a 3S battery, which is so cool because most of us in the hobby already have 3S batteries. If you're flying foam airplanes, you probably got a couple 3S batteries. So although I kind of wish this had a 4S capability, I'm still, you know, I need to reset my flight timer. There we go. I still am so happy that this can fly on 3S and it just cruises. So our flaps are up. Let's turn safe off. If I did it right, there we go. Safe is off. Oh, it climbs nicely. And there's a pretty little loop. We're just gonna keep safe off on this. This feels really good. We don't have a lot of wing dihedral going on here, so let's roll it.
Can you fly more on the right side?
Yeah, a little easier for you to record.
It looks better on this side.
Okay, fair enough.
Actually, it looks the best in front of us.
You know what? We can just climb this very nicely. Hover it, actually.
Wow.
Okay, let's try to get one of those a little lower. I'm really impressed what this can do on 3S. Let's do a nice wide loop out here. It'll be a little sideways because of the way we started it. Okay, there we go. Let's get back over here. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Safe on. I don't know really what happened. I think it's because I was low throttle, but that's the beauty of safe.
Wow.
So that just saved my butt.
My heart just...
Yeah, that would have been a crash without safe. Okay,
Oh
here we
my
go.
gosh.
That's what happens with the Maiden. Here's full throttle. We can rotate this and climb. You know what? Maybe I had some really weird wind up there. There's a small pond on top of that hill, and you got the lip of that hill, and sometimes it causes really weird winds. Could have just been my fault for being low throttle. I like how tight this can turn and bank. I'm not even using any rudder for any of this. Let's see if we can get a lower... Uh-oh, no. When you get... Okay, so here's the thing with this plane. When you get low forward momentum, it definitely wants to wingtip stall when you don't have safe on. So that's what I'm experiencing. I got to keep my forward momentum up. So I don't know how well this will hover. I've seen some guys, I think the Horizon video kind of shows it doing that. It's not meant to 3D fly, so we're not going to. But I do want to get a couple pretty rolls and a couple better looking loops going. Basically, if you lose your forward momentum, you're gonna fall out of the sky. This ain't a 3D plane. So here we go. Forward momentum, let's get a nice big loop going. There it is. And I'll get closer and we'll do a nice roll. This thing is just cruising along, Abby. I like the way it looks in the sky. You ready? Get a roll. Nice, long, wide roll. That was full aileron. So we're gonna go over the runway and do another one. Get a little bit closer, nose up, and give it a roll, because this is a scale flyer. You're gonna lose some altitude unless you're really good and you can give a lot of rudder and elevator input when you're doing those aileron rolls. We'll do another one going far away. Nose up helps you out a lot on this plane. If you're just gonna give aileron input like I did, you need that nose to be up a little bit. It does a beautiful, very beautiful loop. Let's do one more here. Oh, I want to do a little inverted flight. Can we do it? I'm not a great inverted pilot, guys. Here we go. See if we can bring it a full pass around. It feels good upside down because there's not much dihedral going on with that wing. This is nice. Playing with throttle and elevator. I got to give about maybe 20 to 30% input while I'm upside down to hold it there. If I go zero, she'll fall out of the sky. So let's roll it back over. There. Ah, what a cool plane. I love having safe on a switch. It just saved me a bunch of money right there, a couple of times. All right, let's put safe back on and just cruise this puppy around. On a 3S battery, that's what we're gonna do.
Are you gonna try to ever take this off of water?
Oh, yes.
It's been,
oh my gosh.
haven't we only done that one other time? And it was like
Couple times,
way
been a
back
long
on the
time.
channel. If you go to the search bar on our channel and search for a beaver, you'll see it, a beaver plane.
And that might be our only time ever flying off water.
I think so. And that was scary.
Yeah.
That was probably like 2013,
Oh, it's been a long
2014.
This is such a good candidate for it because of safe. And then it's really awesome that on one of your pontoons, there will be a push rod that goes from the nose wheel housing back to a steerable rudder in the water. So not only do you have your rudder up out of the water that's going to help you steer on the water, you have a rudder down in the water, just like on a boat, that will help you steer in the water. And I think that is so awesome. Well, we're really getting close to my full flight time. I want to check our voltage before we go, let you guys know what each battery was at. Let me just land this puppy. We're gonna go full flaps. Oh, look at that lift. You gotta lower your throttle if you're gonna fly on flaps. That wind is playing with me out there. We want to put the nose into the wind, which is just perfect for this runway. The direction of the wind, it's very nice. Here we go. I want to get a little closer to us. Oh boy. Come on, wind. Settle down now. Look at that.
Probably between the wind and the heat from the pavement.
I'll take it. I'll take it. That was almost like a Harrier landing. Let's look at those beautiful props as we taxi in. This is where, oh, because when you get the lower RPMs, you can kind of see that a little bit better. And the closer you get, the better it looks. Oh, what a good looking plane. Man, oh man. I told you I'd show you the voltage. This is the first flight battery. We were nice and easy on it. That's at 3.9 volts. It's actually 3.89 volts per cell. This little checker says we're at 58% juice. Now, I wouldn't like to run that down to an absolute zero according to this checker, but I think we could have flown for at least 3 or 4 more minutes on that battery. The second battery we're obviously a little harder on. We are at 3.845 volts per cell. This is saying 45% juice left. The way I was flying it, maybe 2 to 3 more minutes of flight for sure. So I think you could easily get 10 minutes of flight off this airplane. And if you are just low throttle cruising around 50% or less most of the flight, you can probably push 15, maybe even 20 minutes of flight, depending on how you're flying your airplane. I highly recommend these smart batteries, very specifically this size. Everything that we used to fly will be linked in the description box below, including this amazing little tool. So the Twin Otter, was it worth the wait for me to wait this long to pick one up? Absolutely. Sometimes you don't have to run out and buy things the minute they come out. This time, I just happened to wait almost a year before picking this guy up, and I'm really happy it's in the lineup now. You know, this has a lot of good going for it. Well, on that landing, you notice my nose was up a little high and things. I was just thinking about my landing. I think I'm gonna try landing on half flaps. Both of my landings today were on full flaps, and traditionally that's the way to go. But for me flying here at this location, or maybe just the Twin Otter in general, maybe those need to be adjusted a bit. So I'm gonna try half flaps on the follow-up flight, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Other things that this has going for it, obviously, the way this puppy looks is awesome. I love that it has lights. It flew extremely well, and it was a very scale flyer. And I think when you buy something like this, you'll want it to fly scale. I don't need it to fly inverted and do hovering Harriers or anything. This thing is just a looker. It's gonna look good hanging up on your shelf from your ceiling, and it's gonna look really good when you're out at the field flying it. Things that I like about this too are the fact that you can pair it with a Spectrum DX6E, which is the budget option. You know, if you really want to get into this hobby, most of the E-Flite planes and other things like the UMX planes will fly on this puppy. You do not have to buy their $1,000 radio. You can spend a little bit of money on this one and it'll go a long way. Then also the simple fact that this flies on 3S batteries, I think is a home run, because we have a lot of maybe beginners or budget flyers that just have 3S airplanes. And so this being a beautiful scale airplane with the budget-minded person with a 6-channel radio, 3S batteries, I think is awesome. I'm in love with it, and I have been since it came out, and now I finally have it in my hands and I can tell you guys about my experience. What a great Maiden, still in one piece. It was a great day, right? I thank God for that. I thank God for this big blue beautiful sky and getting to fly this RC plane in it, and for every single one of you guys watching. I also want to say a huge thank you to our Patreon supporters, because without you guys, we could not keep this content rolling. I wouldn't be out here at the airfield with my new Twin Otter if not for you guys and letting you know about the experience. Absolutely worth picking one up. Thank you very much, Patreon supporters, from the bottom of our hearts. You are the fuel to the fire for our channel. Guys, Abby mentioned briefly a video of us years ago flying off water. I think it would only be right to have that video popping up right about now for you guys to go back in time, check out the newbie versions of us,
gosh,
just baby Nate and baby Abby that don't know anything about anything. But that sure would be fun. I'm gonna watch that video. Let's go check it out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Bye.